In the city of Canandaigua was so upbeat and funky, lived an ornery crank, quite unfit and chunky. Unmotivated and grouchy, always full of excuses. Workouts and veggies the crank always refuses. "I'm too busy," he'd say with the shake of his head, while munching on fry pies lying in bed. "It's too far and too cold," he'd state with disdain. "And besides, I can live with a valet. I'm really not vain. My wife may not like it and my energy's low, but I'd rather be snacking than go out in the snow. I'll work out someday when I have moderation, like right before summer, a wedding, cruise, or vacation." No matter how close, convenient, or free, the crank always made excuses, and oh, how clever they'd be. But as the months rolled along and the crank's belly grew, he couldn't help but notice his wife's shape anew. She had started getting quite fit at the gym she attended. Meanwhile, his calories had all been rear-ended. His weight on the scale had reached a new record high, and his doctor told him he'd probably die. With no change in his lifestyle, a cretaceous disease would be far worse to suffer than just cretaceous needs. With his hands on his belly, the crank glanced in the mirror. With all that transpired, his mind was now so much clearer. He was tired of being chubby and did not like what he saw. It was time for a change. This was the last straw. At that gym, BOTA Fitness, where his wife she did go, the crank took a trip. He went out in the snow. He tried his first workout and was surprised what he felt, a strong sense of accomplishment and a narrower belt. He couldn't help but notice all those slim folks at the gym had once been crank-tankerous too, full of excuses, like him. But now they were different, not at all like before. Yes, they transformed their bodies, but it was something much more. They had changed their whole mindset, the whole way that they think. They no longer made excuses like a procrastinating crank. At BOTA Health and Fitness, they had each found their own way. Shedding those pounds made them more vibrant each day. With their workouts consistent and their food volume high, the crank was relieved he could still eat some pie. With the support had at BOTA, he was finally sure that this place would be different, a crank-tankerous cure. No more excuses, this time he declared. He knew it would work because he finally cared. With newfound motivation, support, and a tribe, the crank felt something warm and fuzzy inside. He couldn't quite explain it or pin it quite down, but even his wife said he had no more frown. His new zeal was contagious, not a trace of the crank, and for his new transformation he had BOTA to thank. The moral of this story, from the crank's very own throat: you can have results or excuses, but clearly not both. So if you're ready for change, to start something new, contact BOTA Fitness. We're waiting for you. We'll help jumpstart your fitness and lose pounds with ease, and promise to be careful with your crank-tankerous knees. Our results are amazing, if we're being quite frank. So what are you waiting for? Don't be a crank.